Okay, so my main goal is to just get a 100% run done within a full day. I think I can do that. When I first started, like yesterday, really planning for this, I was like, oh yeah, I think I can get this done in like 8 hours. Now, at, what time is it? Yeah, 6 p.m., so that's 8. So it would be 8 now. So I guess that's not that far off, but actually, a couple of weeks ago, when I was seriously thinking about doing this, and I think when I started my second, second 100% run? Really? Anyway, I was thinking, oh, if I can get sub 12 hours, that is an accomplishment. So I think I can get sub 12. If I'm able to do it in one day at all, I'm pretty sure I can do sub 12. The main thing actually isn't Tower, which I'm in, which is impressive and difficult, but actually, I think the main decider of whether or not I'm finishing it today or not, because my eyes have held up extremely well, that's basically the only thing that's causing, or that would cause an issue. Physically, I thought that there was another, I know there's a gun there, and ammo there. I thought there was, yeah, there is, okay. Anyway, yeah, eyes were the main issue. So the fact that my eyes have held up so well is very promising. Now the main thing is, how do I feel about Arena? Because Arena is actually kind of its own world and its own kind of little video game, opposed to normal Boneworks, which is what we've been doing this whole time so far. Arena is so incredibly different and is definitely stressful in its own way. And I think that will be the deciding factor whether or not I'm going to be able to do this all in one day. Which, oh boy, I was about to say that was impressive, and yes, that right there was impressive. Oh boy. And then, yeah, I can just hop up here. Yes. Yeah, okay, because of the thing with the thing. Yeah, those. These were what I was concerned about, but nah. And yeah, this is now pretty useless to me because I have the blue guy, which is only here. So, yeah, Arena is going to be the big deal for whether or not my mind is going to be able to take doing all of this in one day. Even if not, though, I am very impressed that I got this far. Now that I know what it actually feels like to go in and out of VR a lot, I actually am quite impressed. I know, tooting my own horn here, but I'm very impressed with how well I've done. Because like I said, for Beat Saber once, I did stay in for 2.5 hours, and I do intend to break that record. But Beat Saber is so different as far as the loading on your brain that it's really not comparable between the two. And for Beat Saber, you have the actual physical limitations that keep cropping up, whereas in Boneworks, probably thanks to Beat Saber, and also thanks to me being literally in my mid-20s, physical limitations are not really a thing in this Boneworks run. I think I got that. Except for my eyes, of course. But my eyes are unusually picky, shall we say. Let me give you an example here. So, my optometrist is great. That is not the example, but the example is that on my glasses right now, I have a dot that is so small that you can barely see it. You take it off, less strain, put it back on, far less strain, far less light sensitivity. Not light sensitivity as far as like flashing lights or whatever. Thankfully, I've never had any issues with that whatsoever. But as far as volume of light, this little dot does help a ton. Also, in the same vein, need to get my frames back. Anyway, in the same vein, I would use, or we would both use tape on my glasses as well. And a little piece of tape would help a lot. It sounds really dumb and really sus, but actually it helps a lot. And because of that, my eyes are just so finicky. And unfortunately in VR, which I love being in the most, aside from, I guess, bowling, yeah, and D&D, of course, but like, that's basically the same as being in a normal environment, but at least for me. But for bowling, a lot of straight lines, a lot of focus and all that, and I don't really know what I'm talking about anymore, but that's okay. Glasses, eyes are finicky, and I'm amazed that, well, my eyes are finicky, so I'm amazed that even with the lenses being bent a bit by the lenses that are already in the VR headset, and by my nose and everything, and taking headset on and off, that my eyes have been able to be okay with this. I think there's ammo up here. There isn't. Okay. That's a bit of a shame. Yeah, I'll back over this way. That does not deal damage, okay. Usually barbed wire in this game does deal damage. So yeah, the main thing, actually, now... Oh my goodness, frames. Seriously. I know that frames drop a ton in Tower, because it's Tower, but like, really. Can you give me a couple more frames? But if I am feeling pretty great after, what would it be, Time Tower? No, not Time Tower. Throne Room. Yeah, if I'm feeling pretty, oh, goodness frames, goodness. If I'm feeling great after Throne Room, which is the end of the story area, and spoilers for that. I mean, spoilers for everything. I guess that kind of goes without saying, so I haven't been saying it, but yeah, obviously spoilers. Not so much on story spoilers, because those are kind of easier to gloss over. And there is a lot to read and find out and theorize about. But for just a speedrun, I can pretty much easily glaze over all of that. Maybe at some later time I'll talk about that more deeply, because I really love the concept of the void in Boneworks specifically. My favorite mashup is actually Bendy and the Ink Machine type of void, ink void, and then the void in remember how I was saying in Warehouse, hey, this is the only place to find this black gun? Not true. Interesting. And that one's probably easier to get to. So you don't have to go upstairs. That's really interesting. Anyway, as I was saying, a lot of lore, very fascinating. I love the void particle things. I did say no spoilers, but I guess, or actually I did say spoilers, so. So the void particles can exist in multiple places at once. But macro, because existing in multiple places at once is actually pretty casual. I did not mean to get a utility gun there. That's actually pretty normal, but not at a macro scale. At a macro scale, things tend to just stay put unless otherwise acted upon. I know, very, very Newtonian of me. But having a building material that can exist in multiple places at once is actually pretty fascinating. Oh, he's way up there now. That's interesting. He used to be on the ground. Oh, but he's way up here now. And no, you cannot put him in your inventory, which is sad. Sure. Yeah, that's everything that's in here. Also, there are some other things. No, it's mainly just these snowmen guys, so you can get somewhere else. Anyway, yeah, so a building material that can exist in multiple places at once could be super useful. For instance, you have part of the material sitting right next to a fan, or a turbine rather, and then you have the another part of the material's existence in a place where it just falls. So spins turbine, falls, goes up, and maybe in the other third place where it's at, concurrently, can have some other kind of generator that it's in, so it's constantly looping around and around. So you get some pretty insane energy stuff, and obviously for buildings, it would be pretty insane because you could have literally floating, well, technically it wouldn't be floating, but see, that's the thing. You could have part of the material just staying on the ground, part of the material in the air, and okay, so you can get hover junkers here as well. That's good to know. So I don't need to pick it up in streets. But as I was saying, you can make freestanding structures, which is pretty insane, like Minecraft type freestanding structures, which could allow for a new renaissance in a lot of things. Oh, and also instant communication. That should go without saying. You take part of the material with you on a trip across the solar system or out of the solar system, and you move it one way, it moves the other way, back, move, move, move. You have ones and zeros, you have communication. So yeah, even though actually that reminds me of one of my favorite theoretical, what you call it? Not technologies per se. I mean, I guess it's technology, but a power crystal, which sounds dumb and fantasy-like, but actually the idea would be that you have a crystalline structure that you form into place using a lot of energy. Then you really? Okay, fine, whatever. Then you go back through, you put it into another device that slowly deconstructs that lattice, and by doing that gives you energy, or that the lattice automatically degrades and gives off energy. Just the idea of plugging in a little diamond or equivalent into a thing just sounds really fun to me. And if you are, or do happen to be making sci-fi or fantasy, I love the concept of a power crystal. Really. And of course, force. Force grab. Force grab's great. Should be in more things. It's in Star Wars, but it's not used that much. As much as it really could be, I think. So, this is the mace kind of looking thing. And it looks like wood. It's literally made out of wood, so it's hard to see. It's on my inventory, is it? What? What? Let me destroy these. What? Maybe it's under here? Doesn't look like it. What? 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 In the words of Arthur Ford, I'm just going to not. Can I get out of this? Okay, there we go. I do not want to go back to main menu. Where did that thing go? Oh, okay. That might actually be tougher. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, that's true. Thor in Avengers movies sometimes used his ability to like pull something to him in a cool way in combat, but not really that much. Okay, so there is ammo up there, and there are two main ways to get it. One is climbing up there, one is jumping like crazy from here. Oh wow, that was a lot of power put into that jump in real life. And it worked. And now I have a thing to break boxes. And plant. Plant is here. I miss it a lot. But very recently I've started to remember it. And unfortunately, a lot of things in this game, or like a lot of things in this game, you remember it by forgetting it first. I thought there was ammo on this thing. Is that it? See that right there? I think that's it. How? Oh my goodness. I think I didn't get it. I know it gave me some ammo. See right there? That's ammo. How? How in the world? That was a really good jump. I guess I could drag a table up here. I have never gotten that piece of ammo before, I believe, so first time on that. That's probably part of why I'm too low on ammo a lot. Compared to world record, I mean. Okay. Which is kind of definition. So I have max ammo, but whoa. Table troubles again. Oh, it's right there. Beautiful. Okay. Nice. Yeah, here's pretty chill. Oh yeah, there's that ammo back there though. And as I was saying earlier, the more failures you have, the more you forget stuff, the more you remember it, and the more success you have. Very weird, but that's definitely how it works in speedrunning. Is you just try something, and then sometimes it's just pure experience that lets you actually succeed at it. Like hopping over that thing. Because if you don't, that can cause a lot of issues. If you don't jump over that. Really? A lot of jumping for ammo in tower, it seems like. Oh, thanks for walking there and not doing an AoE. Get out of the way. Also, this is definitely a game that rewards you for moving around a lot, so positive and negative. Negative is that you're moving around a lot and could hit stuff because you have a giant blindfold on, basically. But positive part is that that is absolutely a transferable skill to most VR. Boneworks isn't, or I keep saying Boneworks. Beat Saber is an exception, but VR like Alex, VR like FNAF VR, Help Wanted. Haven't played Help Wanted 2 yet, but Help Wanted absolutely. Being comfortable moving around in VR is very helpful. I do not need to jump down for this Boneworks box. I don't believe it has any ammo. So yeah, I skipped that last time and I'm skipping it again. And I'm already up at the top. This is the best gun in the game, to my knowledge. And those are worse guns in the game, pretty much, yeah. There's literally nothing up in there, so, you know. I think there was at some point, but not anymore. Really? Really? Yeah, I got bad acceleration. Oh, because of that thing. Okay. I'll take it. But see, that's why pacifist could be really hard, because you're never trimming down the number of enemies. So if I die there, I'm like, okay, next time I'll just take down the enemy and be fine. In this case, that little turret guy there. But with pacifist, you just have the same amount every time. I guess for just running through like an enemy percent, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. Oh, really? Really? That was close. Always remember to store your active weapon. This one might be better, actually. But yeah, store your active weapon while you're dying, because otherwise it's a pain to find it and pick it up again. Really, I didn't grab onto it. Come on. I know I don't need this, but I like having this ramp, because sometimes I die a lot up there. And you'll see why right about now. Those guys, and those guys are all shooting at you. Oh, I got it down. That is progress. Also a big thing with VR, especially Boneworks, is simulation sickness, or the inverse of it, rather. So simulation sickness is when you are not viewing your VR counterpart, or really any counterpart that you're controlling, as an extension of your body. So your brain gets confused because it's like, this isn't me, and that's where you can have like nausea and such from VR, or really anything that you're controlling. Like for instance, when you're driving a car, you don't think about, oh, I'm turning a wheel and pressing a pedal, because that would be an awful way to drive. Instead, you're thinking about, oh, I am the car effectively, so this means left and right. It no longer means just moving my hands on a wheel. And to basically some extent, minus the high possibility of death or dismemberment, it's the same deal in VR, where I'm not thinking of myself as, oh, I'm in VR pressing buttons and things. I'm thinking of, oh, I am the character. I am literally here in this world doing this. Now, sometimes with lag or glitches or what have you, Boneworks is really low on glitches, which is incredible considering the amount of mechanics they have in here. But those can break your immersion and break your extension of your own body kind of dealio. Oh boy, that was close. Also, falling in VR can cause issues because you're too connected and your brain's like, no, we're falling, oh no. But once you get used to it, it's actually not that big of a deal. Even though that might be because I have done a fair amount of indoor skydiving. So falling is kind of chill. I think I lost it, yeah, because I opened up the menu. That's lame. Well, I can just find it. What are you doing there? Maybe he respawns every time. Wouldn't put it past him. I know I could just break that lock, but usually I don't go through that door ever, so. Was it there? No, it was there. Also, you probably already noticed, but if you kill an enemy after you say, oh no, I'm dying, it gives you an extra life, effectively. You're still at the same amount of damage though, so watch out for that. Okay. And there's no penalty for dying, really, except for resetting your position, so. A Deathless. See, Deathless in Half-Life Alyx is way harder because there's actual healing and you don't just self-heal or automatically self-heal. So, Healless is actually a really big deal there, and Deathless is as well, because you're expected to heal a ton and you're expected to die a ton in Alyx. I think that's pretty obvious, whereas also in Alyx, I always play on hard mode, which means that I don't have much ammo. And ammo in that game is not in the same place all the time. Instead, it varies on how much you have, so you're always at the edge of your limit. And also in that game, there are no melee weapons at all. So if you run out of ammo, you're done for. You are absolutely done for. So that's also why Deathless is hard, because you can run out of ammo if you try too hard to keep going. There was more here. There is. Okay, good. Oh yeah, because I didn't go right first. I went left first. So, hi. Oh, okay. Good thing I went this way. Don't know why this glows. It always glows. Very strange. Lighting effect. Glitch. Yeah, these clearly spawn here. Because I think they stacked on top of each other. That was interesting. I went around there, I think I'm good to go in the center now. I was supposed to go in that sphere. Well, it's okay. Yeah, that's a jump that I usually get. Last time I didn't, though, I think, for the practice run, which was sad. Looking, because these blend in a lot. There are 3 of them. What? Boneworks Fox is like, I'm getting disappear now. Okay. Yeah, I do tend to remember the there it is. Do tend to remember the collectibles that are stuff. These gym blocks, though, I'm really bad at remembering. And ideally, I would remember those as well, but they are literally just geometric shapes, which is really hard to associate with an area. Especially since a lot of them are the same shape with slightly different coloring. Okay. I think I can just do that. Oh! Don't fall off like last time. Goodness, that poor run. Like this is a poor run, absolutely. Weep for the poor run, but yeah, the other tower, man. Last time I did tower was rough. Okay, this is just a jump. You either get it or you don't. Psychology for the win. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't matter either. It's really irrelevant. Don't have to make any of these jumps, in fact. They are so incredibly simple. Be surprised if I failed them. Okay, hardest jump in, not the game, but definitely one of the hardest jumps in the game done. Yes, you do have to climb all the way back up. If I knew a way, like I know that there's the ammo glitch that I've talked about a lot, that lets you go through walls, thin walls, and also lets you fly. That would be a nice shortcut for this. But I can always say that I'm doing it glitchless, even though is super jumping a glitch, where you jump in real life and jump in the game? Because if so, I'm absolutely doing that. Also, since the game in the beginning says any solution is a good solution, effectively, calling anything a glitch is kinda odd. Especially where they put, like, words and where they put items. It's like, really? You're supposed to get here without, super jumping or whatever? Or like in that terrible pipe climb in sewers. But it's like, really? You expect me to jump all the way up to that fan? So, I don't know. That's also why I'm interested in that idea about basically no legs, where no running, no jumping, and no movement stick via legs. My right or left thumb will be very happy. Yeah, I know I was complaining about my left hand a lot before. It seems to have found its place, or just stopped complaining. I don't know. Okay, that is nearly all the items in Boneworks. Nearly. And collectibles, obviously. The only other ones left are the ones you can buy. Oh. There is a Boneworks box up here, as you saw, I'm sure. And you can get it most easily by jumping out there, or by using the Hover Junkers device, but I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. Okay. But yeah, the ones that you buy up in Time Tower, and then after that, a couple collectibles in Dungeon, that's true. And then nothing for Arena, nothing for Throne Room, because Throne Room is just the end as far as story is concerned. And then, Redacted has some stuff too, but mainly it's handgun range, absolutely. I think I'm going to go on through Time Tower, because Tower felt really good. So I think I can do a Time Tower. And by a Time Tower, I mean a bunch of Time Towers. I think I have the same amount of ammo as I've always had, which is 1.4. Wait, I have 1.4K? That means I got more ammo than I usually do, I think. Because it's 1.45? Wait, really? If I have 1.45, that's enough for Nimbus gun. Oh, sorry, 24.5. I don't know what 1.45, where that came from, but there is ammo up there. Oh, really? There we go. easiest way to buy stuff. I think the thing I would honestly buy first, last time I did lowest highest in terms of cost. I think I'll do utility gun because I like using utility gun a lot. So giving myself permission to use it is kind of useful. I don't know. Okay, utility gun. I do have to drop it in, but yeah, that should be pretty easy. Got you. And technically, utility gun gives you everything that you've reclaimed as well, if you were curious what it does. Can I use pokey stick for this? Good. Because these spheres also are reclaimable. Which makes no sense to me because they're massive, but whatever. Yeah, there's ammo up here, and you can stop that from raising enough, so you can actually reclaim both. That was interesting. Really? Okay. So, yeah, you can actually reclaim those spheres. Which is pretty silly to me, but whatever. Oh, I still need soup. No, I think I brought soup back, actually, in that awful time in museum. Goodness. This has all been smooth sailing since, since museum with baseball fiasco. Okay. That just gets the ammo up to that level. And the reason why is because there are two different types of ammo. There's small ammo, which is this, and then there is big ammo, which is this. And I might not have enough. If I do, I will be very happy. As in, I don't need to go cough. I don't need to go up. Oh, I'm 102 away. Okay, that's fine. I can snag that, or I can just go up. I think I'd rather just go up. Sure, let me try this the physical way, where you very quickly throw a box there and hope that stays. Okay. Normally I use a dev gun, but oh well. Right, surely this is enough for 100. Yeah. There's also another pile over there, and there are two in here, which I'll show you. Came from here, which means it fall very precisely. If you fall in there, by the way, you like super die. You lose all your items, and I forget what else happens. It's really weird, though. Very weird. Death. Nothing like it in this game. So, Nimbus gun. My fave, next to utility gun, or utility gun obviously, but like dev gun. Also, while you're holding it, you are immaterial, so yeah, once I get dev gun, then I can snag all the things in Time Tower as well, because the katana is here, the one that I've been talking about a lot. Well, not a lot, but somewhat. Which is technically the best weapon, in my opinion, and also as far as I can tell. The reason why I don't like saying that is because in real life, not the case. It is a cool sword. I even have one. However, I messed up. So, and yeah, unfortunately, you can only refund everything, not one at a time, so. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, katana. So the reason why katana is so good in this game is because it has so many, what do you call it? Hit points, not hit points, hit boxes, I suppose you could say, where when you slide it across an enemy, it just deals a ton of damage because it deals a ton of hits. Whereas in what do you call it? In the other bladed weapons, it's kind of in one place and that's it. So really game? I'm trying to fly here, but your frames are not making it easy on me. Fine, I'll just go over here and run and throw it in. So, meanwhile, in reality, sharpness is just sharpness. It just depends on what material you're using and how long you're willing to sharpen something. You can sharpen, what do you call it? Work-hardened bronze to be extremely sharp and quite good. You can also make steel really sharp and really good. And basically any material. The main issue, obviously, like with wood or dirt, for instance, is, right, like the extremes, or sand, is that will it hold its edge? And that's the main thing I think people mean when they say sharpness. And katana is also not better at sharpness because of a very simple reason. That is, it is, come on, it is, I'll show off this guy later in arena, but not for now because I'm impatient. Okay, there we go. Yeah, katana. Oh yeah, it's less sharp by definition because it only has one blade. So, or it holds its sharpness less because it only has one blade. So if you sharpen up both sides of a normal two-sided blade, or of any two-sided blade really, except maybe like, I don't know. I think this applies pretty generally at least. You have another blade that's also sharp. So you have double that ability. Opposed to single-sided blade. Aside from that, blade to blade, it depends on how well it was made and with what methods, etc., etc. Which introduces so many variables into the equation that it's not even really worth discussing. This thing, which I won't show off later because I don't need to. Normally I would in, where's DevGun? Did I not buy DevGun? No, I did, obviously. Okay, anyway, normally I would use it in hover drunkers, but since I'm not anymore, what you can do is grab it, face it forward, face it forward. Nope, okay. Stick it to yourself and then grab it. And you can fly, which is pretty cool. So you have the balloon gun and you have this. And also you can obviously stand on top of something and do it. Also, your jumps are a lot more floaty and a lot higher. So I've been thinking about having this be its own, what do you call it? Own speedrun idea. Come on. Be its own speedrun idea because it's kind of fun to have the floaty jump. So remember to grab it upside down. Oh yeah, it stays with its orientation, which is kind of weird. It is a bit tough to take it off. Maybe it's like that. Maybe I can just jump into it. Can you reclaim? No. Well then. Oh, I got off finally. Okay. So that is an issue that's hard to get off, but aside from that, it's not super useful, but it is fun to give yourself an extra boost to jumping. Same thing with these climbing ones that I'm going to buy next. And by the way, this is why I don't know what big prize 10 times ammo means, by the way. But this is why even in an all collectibles run, an all items run, you still want to collect tons of ammo. Is because Nimbus gun costs basically all that you can get, aside from a certain amount. Let me just take some time and look it up. I put it on here. Yeah. Oh, and also 2420 is all you need because the rest you can find in tower. Oh, so max overall that you can get, to my knowledge, is 25,753. So you have a K and 253. Yeah, so K 253 over your maximum, or over what you would need for Nimbus guns. Just walk in and buy it, which does help obviously with speed running, because then you don't need to go up there, grab it, and then come back down. Otherwise, 2420 is perfectly acceptable. These are grabby plates. They're really nice, but I don't need them. So, I mean, I do need them, but I don't want to use them. So, you can tell I've done that a few times. And then actually, that's it. So let me, really? Reclamation bins, man. Yeah, you need to reselect it even if it shows it. Then dev manipulator. Don't know why I went like that. Okay. This is the easiest way by far to go about the game, because you have your grabber and you can just move around like crazy. I think, yeah, you can't put stuff in your inventory, but it's pretty easily remedied. And then good old katana. The shield is a pretty good weapon though, honestly. Oh, right, kind of need to let go. Okay, there we go. And that can just be dropped in. Really. Also, detail on the katana is pretty great. They spend a lot of time on it. I think that's it, unless there's something over here that isn't. So let's just go up to the nice little crevice here. Oh, really? Can I go through this crevice? I think I can. I believe that that was intentionally put there. That way you can skip the main mechanics of Time Tower. Okay, we are now in Dungeon Land. Nope. Now we are in Dungeon Land. Which means I think we have 2 things to get, but we can get 3. Because oh, right. I do brick first in 100% runs. Let's get back here to get this guy. And then that leads nowhere, so instead you jump down, go upstairs to get the axe that you can either get through the stairs, or between the stairs, whatever you want to call it, in tower, the one I pointed out, or you can get it here, right there. I'm pretty sure it's same item, from my recollection at least. And then, shoot, how do you get the right key again? Something ridiculous. Anyway, I'll just go through here, because I don't want to deal with that nonsense. Oh! Shoot, I do need to get back in there. How did I do that? Maybe I went up. No, you can't go up first, though, because the reclamation bin is up there. I love slippery climbing things. They're my favorite. So glad they were added or removed or whatever from this game. My favorite. Okay, why Where do you get the red key? I've never used the red key, I think, so I'm assuming it's down here. It's not down here. That's interesting. It's certainly not. Oh, it's right there. That's funny. I'm sure all of you knew that and saw that. Oh, I already got back in here, so I didn't need to. I got back in here, so obviously I don't need the red key. Okay, well. After that futility, let's do this climbing section, which isn't as bad as it looks. I am in one side of my play space, though, so everything is super blue. Okay, and that is that. Not too bad. Oh wow, that was dark. Okay. And reclamation bin. So this way you put your 3 items, and your third, you have to loop around because it's here. And that's why I was like, there's no reason, surely, that I need the red key. Because of this guy where you need to go back through. I'm sure some crazy person who's really, really good at the game can hop back up there. I am not, so I'm just going to lazily use the stairs again. There is, I've seen used, a super jump, which puts mine to shame, which has something to do with slowing time down. Which is a mechanic in the game, I just don't use it. I think it has something to do with you moving faster in a slowed time frame. So it's like, oh, you're going really quickly then. But, which makes sense in theory, but I've never gotten it to work, so, you know. I think you only need 2, really. Ah, if you're fast. I was not fast. That can shut again on occasion, so. That is dungeon. As I said, these ones are really short. Hopefully arena will be short. This arena is really, at least for me, it's nothing like normal arena that I've been talking about. This one, it's box stacking. You can't, I have seen people jump this in a single bound. I cannot, so I build box stairs for myself that are too high. Not TOO, but TWO. Which works pretty well every time. The issue is that everything here is destructible. So you have to be very careful, and these spikes can also destroy boxes. These rocks can also destroy boxes. So, you know. And definitely don't ring the bell there because it'll, what do you call it? It'll start the arena just like in normal arena. And then there's basically no chance of you doing this because everyone will be attacking the boxes that are right below you. Oh, can I? I've never tried that before, but hey, I saved on a box. That is innovation. And that's arena. If you jump outside there, you're toast. You are basically done for, and you'll have to restart. But if you get that jump right, then it's no problem. So that was pretty easy. And then last is throne room, which is meant to be a massive, grindy climbing session. But you don't have to worry about that because of the dev gun. So is it gonna load? Because this concludes, that is the main portion of the run. Everything else after this is the sandboxes, quote unquote, which are really just other levels, I would say, as far as collecting items is concerned. And then arena, which will be interesting. Okay, try to climb that as fast as possible. Whoop. Hop down. If you're quick enough, you can get to the guy before he starts his attack. Ready, go, go, go. This way. Dukes up. Usually doesn't fall on the ground like that, but whatever. Okay, so you need to grab his helmet. And by helmet, I mean crown. And it is a very effective weapon. Then you need to put it on again. And then go through. Nice.
Dude, they found you in the old offices.
The real you.
Like the physical world version of you. How are you even still in there? That doesn't even make any sense. I mean, technically, look, you gotta get out of there right now.
Well, so much for no spoilers. At least lore-wise is what I mean. Okay. Oh, come on. Yes, here I need to be quick about this, otherwise I will get overwhelmed by enemies very quickly. Okay, good. This isn't great, though. Oh, this is bad, yeah. This is a bad angle. Can I make it work, though? Oh, that's such a bad angle. So I'm rotating my wrist to the max extent that, yeah, let's just sit down here. Reset this. So, let me try like... Nope, that's not doing anything. Okay, yeah, you need to jump. It's such a pain. Okay, so you need to jump. Hit it to get the maximum amount of speed. Say, and also it's pain because it's hard to tell if you're going quickly or not. And I'm not going up very quickly. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. I'm staying on it, but I'm basically at the same awkward wrist angle that I was at before. Okay, don't fall. You know what? I'm going to take this terrible angle and just call it there. Oh, I do need to have this. To press the button a bit earlier. I got a much better launch in my practice. But, oh well. Or flight in my practice. What? Don't lag on me now. And that is that. So, now I'm going to take a break and then move on to Sandbox.